Russia launched a massive attack on Ukraine. Kharkiv, Dnipro, Sumy regions were on fire. Trump arrived in Scotland and has already made his first statements.
Well, you're not going to have Europe anymore.
Putin and Zelensky may meet in Turkey. Allegedly, there is already an agreement on such a meeting. I'm Albina Pidherniak, bringing to your attention the most current news. Russians shelled the Kharkiv region in the course of rescue operations. In the Kharkiv region, rescuers managed to save 6 people, including 2 children. It is also known that as a result of the attacks, 3 rescuers were injured. We can watch the video of the liquidation of the consequences of the attack.
Спускайтесь вниз.
Вниз.
Да выйдешь страшно. Вниз, спускайся. Быстрее. Пройдите еще.
Ви рухається теж курсом на...
Близко.
390 району.
The video you will see below is striking in its humanity. During a massive raid on Kharkiv, rescuers who went on a rescue operation cover a woman with their bodies. Just watch.
Ви рухається теж курсом на...
Близко.
390 району.
The invaders carried out a combined massive strike on the city of Dnipro. As a result of the strikes, 3 people were killed and 5 people were injured. The enemy struck the city itself and the district. As a result of the strike, a fire broke out in the parking lot, which was completely destroyed. The Russians also destroyed the epicenter supermarket. A video has been posted online showing the moment one of the Dnipro high-rise buildings was hit. This is an ordinary civilian building with no military facilities nearby. That night, the Russians also shelled the Sumy region. The strikes hit the residential sector of the Shostka community. A large-scale fire broke out. The fire engulfed the homes of civilians. Despite the high fire load, rescuers managed to localize all the fire centers. I suggest watching the video of the liquidation of the consequences. Volodymyr Zelensky reacted to this Russian terror in his telegram. Here is what the president of Ukraine wrote.
Morning reports from the Minister of Internal Affairs of Ukraine and the military. At night, the Russians carried out a combined strike. Missiles, including ballistics, and drones. They struck along the Sumy region, Kharkiv region, Dnipro region. Rescuers responded immediately. I am grateful for this constant efficiency in providing assistance to our people. There are wounded as a result of the Russian strike. Unfortunately, there are also dead. My condolences. In response to such strikes, there can be no silence, and Ukrainian long-range drones provide this. Russian military enterprises, Russian logistics, Russian airports must feel that the Russian war has real consequences for them. The accuracy of our drones, the daily nature of Ukrainian responses, this is one of those arguments that will definitely bring peace closer.
Russia was also attacked. There was attacked the signal plant, which is one of the key enterprises of the Russian military-industrial complex. The enterprise is engaged in the production of special-purpose radioelectronic equipment, in particular for combat aircraft, anti-air defense systems and electronic warfare. It is especially interesting how the Russians are still surprised that their air defense doesn't work while the Ukrainians continue to hit military facilities.
Yes, something similar happened in one of the workshops. Another one is about to explode. Something exploded nearby.
Где-то бомбануло, короче.
Friends, I'm shocked. Where is the air defense looking? Now watch what happens. The southern market. It blew my hair away. There he goes. There he falls.
Ukraine and Russia have reached an agreement to hold a meeting between President Volodymyr Zelensky and Putin. The statement was made by Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan. Fidan noted that this was discussed during the meeting on July 23 and allegedly agreements were reached on the Leaders' Summit. So far, neither Ukrainian nor the Russian side has confirmed this information.
If we do not take into account the humanitarian tragedy that whole cities were devastated, if we stay out of all this, we face a situation that could make even more war and division possible on the international stage. This is a difficult and expensive war. This is a war in which everything is used except nuclear weapons. The negotiating teams bear a significant responsibility here. As we continue to discuss this in a more informed way, I see a willingness to meet. I believe that if we continue in the same spirit, a temporary solution will appear. Not everyone is ready to accept the offer. We are trying to create an appropriate environment.
The Guardian reports that Donald Trump will discuss the war in Ukraine during the 5-day visit to Scotland. The publication notes that Trump wants to hold relevant talks with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. Trump has already arrived in Glasgow In his first comment, Trump noted that, in his opinion, Europe is being killed by windmills and migrants, which Europe needs to fight, following the example of the United States.
People here are very worried about the situation. Record numbers.
Well, I say two things to Europe. Stop the windmills. You're ruining your countries. I really mean it. It's so sad. You fly over and you see these windmills all over the place, ruining your beautiful fields and valleys and killing your birds. And if they're stuck in the ocean, ruining your oceans. Stop the windmills. And there's a couple of things I could say, but on immigration, you better get your act together. Or you're not going to have Europe anymore. You got to get your act together. And we, as you know, last month we had nobody entering our country. Nobody. Shut it down. And we took out a lot of bad people that got there with Biden. Biden was a total stiff. And what he allowed to happen, but you're allowing it to happen to your countries. And you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe, many countries in Europe.
Dear viewers, thank you for watching this video. Give it a like and leave a comment. I will be grateful for your activity and communication. Take care. See you soon.